Mockit Aces or is it Flipside Tactics? We're gonna find out right now. Let's go down to the commentary desk with Leaf and Mullen.
We are here for the RLCS Season 2 Grand Finals with Flipside Tactics versus Mockit Aces, and what a run for both of these teams it's been. Flipside just dominating through the lower bracket like we know them to do, and just coming up into this, and man, 2 games they have to do, but that's crazy. But Mockit,
I mean, you look at this, the consistency. Carpet mentioned himself. You have this team that has not lost yet today, that puts them in such a position and everybody doing their job. You see ViolentPanda playing phenomenal on defense. Pashy getting up, making plays, slowing it down, dribbling all over the place, and then Deevo finally breaking out of his shell, making those highlight plays that we love to see.
Game number 1 of the Grand Finals, Mockit Aces versus Flipside Tactics. Best of 7 with Flipside looking to do a bracket reset. We'll see if Mockit can hold them off as we get underway. Already Panda showing who's boss on Markydooda, looking for that early goal. Cooks here sends that one right back in. Panda keeps that away, says no, but look at Flipside formulating a plan here, ready to get something set up. Panda quickly turns this one around as they move back down towards Flipside's end, and passing plays from Flipside. Flipside gets that one moving right back down to Mockit's end. Some back and forth as both teams feel each other out.
Right, exactly as you say, they're going to feel each other out. That's something that Flipside does pretty often. They play a little bit slower in the first game, usually conceding it, but I don't think they're going to leave it up to chance this time. They know these games are important. They have to win this series to move on to the next one.
Mockit Ace is now receiving a pass down there from Flipside Tactics. Panda tries to roll that one up the wall, but Greasy's there to greet it. Deevo up to Panda. Panda can't reach that. He will drop down. There's Greasy, Marky stepping on each other's toes. Could have been a scary spot as Pashy tries to force that one through. Marky now trying to do the exact same as he moves down towards the other end. Greasy with a backboard pass. Cook's there to receive it. A little bit under. Pashy will be able to clear that one. 1.5 minutes almost approaching now. No one scored yet. Cooks is going to try off the backboard. Marky's there to get it. A shot on net stopped out by Deevo. Pashy quickly throws that one away.
Still good pressure coming from Flipside, but the big thing that they need to be careful of on Mockit, they've had 2 players go for that save, but another shot coming out, Deevo able to push it to the side.
But Marky has another chance here. A flick onto the net. Panda keeps that one away. Now they got to formulate some good defense here because pressure from Flipside might start to mount and make one into the net here. Marky puts that on. You see Cooks, Greasy circling at that midfield line, but one breaks past now. It's a chance finally for Mockit to create an offense of their own. Pashy sets that in front of the net. No teammate close enough to get that, so Cooks will send that flying down towards Mockit's end. Still scoreless, 2 minutes in. And we see a lot of pressure from Flipside and a couple moments for Mockit to break out. They need to start creating more chances for themselves, as this could be one here. Deevo sets it to the corner. Greasy steals it back. He'll take his time, knowing no one is pressuring that. Marky and Cooks to set a play off the backboard. Greasy might be there for a shot. Marky's going to be there instead, but Deevo with a clutch save.
We talk about that creativity coming out from Flipside. You see it there. Greasy, even though he has the ability to make an extra touch, what does he do? He actually just lets it settle down in his car. Marky swoops in, plays it upfield, and then the follow-up, just one after another. It's so difficult to read.
Marky with a pass off the backboard. A shot from Greasy will go in for the first one of the Grand Finals.
Grand Finals first goal going to Greasy. He follows this all the way through with the help of Marky. Marky plays it down, and then placement. Bottom left, nothing Pashy can do, even though he gets a hit on it.
2.5 minutes left in game number 1. And we see Flipside Tactics with the first goal, starting their track for that bracket reset. We'll see if they can continue it on as they start up another play here. But Mockit turning this one around. Flipside is not letting up on this pressure. They will move back down to their own end here. A touch from Panda, sends it towards the net. He can't get a second one. Still in front of the net. Cooks here. Moves that away to the side as they try to break out of their own end. Pressure coming from Mockit now. We'll see if they can hold their footing here. They do manage to break down. Flipside takes it away from them, but doesn't continue the pressure. Lets Deevo send that back to midfield. Greasy trying to get a 50-50. He does, out to Cooks. Cooks in a bad spot here. Marky the last one back. Has to make sure he doesn't make a mistake. He does push it past one, but not past Deevo. And no one on the ball right now as they try to get possession. A back pass will give Flipside that possession. Marky almost had a shot on net there, trying to extend their lead. Cooks will keep the pressure, allow his teammates to boost up. Mockit with a chance to break out for a counter-attack, getting stuck in their own end again. They really need to relieve some of this pressure. Maybe take a hint from Panda. Good stuff from Marky. Puts it in front of the net. Deevo beats him 2 up, but Cooks is there to keep the pressure. A chance for Deevo to break out. No one in net. Greasy on first shot. No, he misses the angle. That's to Cooks. It was a pass, not a shot. And Cooks puts it in.
Big mistake coming up from Mockit. Deevo plays that and hits it out of his possession. Right to Greazymeister. Greasy plays it off the top. Too many defenders rotating back. Uses the backboard and then Cookser comes in. You got that wiggle.
He is excited.
So excited.
He is ready for this. 2 goals up now with a minute left. FlipSid poised to take game number 1. We'll see if Mockit can turn this around. Start to get some momentum themselves. Cooks can't put another one in there. 1 minute remaining now for Mockit Aces to bring back 2 unanswered goals. Panda gets that one stolen away off the roof of his car. Deevo thankfully in a good spot for Mockit. He's able to keep that one out. 45 seconds left. Still no play setting up. They're giving a lot of space to FlipSid right now, and that's not what you need to do in the last minute of gameplay.
No, with the minute down, or with the minute left, you're down by 2. You need to apply pressure. Sitting back isn't going to do anything. You are, with this deficit, you need to apply pressure. You need to send them all, because any games that they give to this FlipSid team is momentum that they build, and that's something that you cannot do with FlipSid tactics.
Absolutely, and we'll see now 20 seconds left. FlipSid is looking strong so far in game number 1. See if they can continue that on the rest of the series. With 10 seconds left, FlipSid looks like they are ready to take the first point in the series, starting their way towards that cup, as Mockit is not able to answer those 2 goals, and we'll have to look to game number 2.
Game number 1 going to FlipSid tactics, and a battle has begun. These guys trying to send a message, and it's the way that they carry themselves through. The momentum swing. As soon as they get it, they start to pressure. The pressure leads to another goal. And just creativity, like we mentioned. The way that they move from one side of the field to the other is so difficult to read. It's hard to even pressure 50-50s because there's somebody waiting on the other side of the field ready to put that back in.
Look at this. The shots were just dominating on the side of FlipSid. They took control of that match. They came out and said, Mockit, we don't care that you're on the upper side of this bracket. We're going to show you who's boss. They came in strong and hard, and that's a precedent you want to set. Mockit is playing so solid this entire tournament, surprising a lot of people, keeping their footing on the ground, staying just ready for any kind of attack. But FlipSid is now ready with momentum to turn it around.
Well, with FlipSid, historically speaking, they have been a team that overshadows this Mockit squad. But it's a completely different squad. Pashy has been here before, but now he's able to make it all the way to the finals. Is he able to take this comrades of his and just kind of lift them up and be like, all right, guys, 1 game over, but you know what? It's still in our favor. We still have the ability to clutch this up. But if they keep allowing this FlipSid team pressure, like, what are they going to do? They need to come back, they need to bounce back, and they need to do it dominating.
No, you're right. I mean, they really have to talk to each other right now. Like, that was a fairly convincing play on the side of FlipSid. Mockit needs to talk. They need to say, okay, guys, what do we need to do? We need to get our heads in the game and just formulate some good plans here. I mean, they've been doing it the whole time. They know what they have to do. They've already dominated other teams. So, I mean, I think they have what it takes to pull the series back. I mean, you heard the Des himself. They said, we're probably going to have a Mockit win here. Mockit needs to now put that into their own hands and make it true.
Right, and it's difficult to say that. Obviously, there's a lot of factors that come into play. But you look at Pashy, the way that he's been playing isn't as... he's a little bit more timid than what he's been in the past. When he gets up there and he gets in the face of this team, it just creates options for Deevo. And that's what Deevo's been doing, is he's been waiting on the wall. He's been up in the face. He's been in positions almost like he's cherry-picking without actually cherry-picking. He's just allowing himself the opportunity to make a play. And that's what he needs to do. Deevo needs those highlight plays, otherwise this team is not going to stand a chance.
No, absolutely right. But I love what FlipSid is doing on the other side of the field. I mean, you have such a fast player like Greazymeister. Cooks here is just everywhere on that field. It doesn't matter. And they're utilizing him to his most right now. He's setting up so many good plays. You see Greasy having so many chances to just have a ball in front of the net and get there quick. Throughout this entire tournament, he's been so fast. And that's scary as Mockit Aces, knowing that someone is always going to be there to contest that ball and just be in your face. You have to think quick. There is no time for any kind of hesitation.
Right. At the beginning of the day and the beginning of yesterday, you saw that Greasy wasn't really much of an asset. You even saw with Marky. Marky was playing kind of timid, but as they get comfortable, that's what allows this Cookser player to play so well. He has these teammates that are just going to set him up. They're going to make these passes. You saw with Greasy just a little bit ago. He even knows, like, okay, you know Cookser's behind me. So what does he do? He uses that backboard, plays it off, and then the shot comes in. And still, like, the amount of, like, mechanics that go into that, like, we talk about it like it's something easy, but to chip it up, to take a perfect pass so it's not too difficult off the backboard, and then to also hit that perfectly down in the net, it's like step after step. These guys are just all so good.
Well, let's talk about momentum too, and I think that's why that lower bracket really works for FlipSid, because when they find themselves down there, they have so many games to go through. They have that practice. They're able to just say, all right, we're on a swing now. We just dominated so many teams. Let's keep that going forward. Whereas Mockit had to wait for this. You know, they got to come and get warmed up in the series, which is great that they have 2 best-of-7s to do this with. But I mean, that's still not some mentality you want to have. I mean, you want to just go in hard right away, but FlipSid has that hand.
Well, last time we saw FlipSid do this, they weren't able to close it out, but they're looking strong right now. Let's see what they can do.
We will find out now if Mockit can pull it back. Game number 2 of this best-of-7, potentially 2 best-of-7s if FlipSid can win the first one. They're already up 1 point in the series, but Panda is answering that last game quickly with a first goal.
Quick response, as you stated. Panda, as soon as he recognizes Deevo takes another touch, beats out the 2 defenders. Cookser has to make a last-second decision, tries to put himself in the most area of the net, right in the middle, and then ViolentPanda able to get around and play that back across his body. Very difficult save coming out. Not able to make it, though. Back on top for Mockit.
Really hard to pick out an MVP for Mockit, but ViolentPanda's just been going off, and he's showing it again now in these grand finals. But Pashi with a quick other goal, and there's 2 up.
Phenomenal opportunity by Pashi here. He gets the contest, plays back out. ViolentPanda with a soft touch back inside, noticing Pashi is still there to make a play, but then he plays it near post to squeak past that last defender.
2 goals up now in just 25 seconds. This is a great answer from Mockit. You couldn't ask for more as this Mockit team against FlipSid. We'll see if FlipSid can quickly answer. They got a chance here, a shot from Marky. It's gonna be put in by a Mockit player, and there's 1 goal back.
So difficult to read on defense. You see Greasy play this over the top, goes off the backboard, and then the response. Marky places this perfectly top left, but the difficulty of it is it bounces straight down, and then that defender gets an own goal. So unfortunate for him.
Crossbar shots are so hard to defend against. Panda did what he thought he could. Unfortunately, it came on the wrong side of him, and there's 1 in. 3 goals already in game number 2 in the first 40 seconds. We'll see if FlipSid can get another one to tie this right back up and bring us back to where we were at the start of this game. Or if Mockit's going to be able to hold off an assault from FlipSid as they try to get possession of the ball. Greasy has a shot at the net, but a miss, flying right to the skies. Can't get control of it now. Mockit has a chance with only Marky back. He has to make the right move. He does. Get a nice clear there. Greasy there just in case as backup. But Deevo with a chance to put on target. There it is going to be just a little bit wide, but Greasy there as well as a defender to make sure it wasn't going to go in. Cooks ready for a counterattack with Greasy there. Pashi on a good rotation back. Deevo's ready in case an attack from FlipSid comes out here. As Greasy sends that forward, Cooks will try to meet Deevo. Deevo sends that right back down towards and on target that Mockit end, or sorry, that FlipSid end. And it looks like Mockit is just feeling good now.
Starting to feel that pressure, and you know they're starting the bumps early. You saw a demo coming out from ViolentPanda. He's just trying to change up this rotation. Once FlipSid get on roll, it's very difficult. So what do? You stop that rotation altogether. Demo player, make them reset, make them have to change up their style and send someone that they're normally not used to.
Good little chip there from Deevo. Fakes out Cooks here, but Cooks here isn't having any of it, and single-handedly gets it out of the way. Apache finds the mistake and puts it in, re-extending their lead by 2 goals.
Good soul play from Deevo. He fakes that first hit, just jumps with it, but then he gets the pinch in his favor because of that shot. It ends up sending 2 players from FlipSid. Big mistake there, but Pashy's able to close it out. Now they're up by 2, 3 minutes left.
Mockit making a statement in game number 2 here, saying we're not ready for that bracket reset. We're gonna keep ourselves in this series. Deevo with an air dribble, is he gonna do it? Almost. Markydooda stops that attempt from being on a highlight reel. Now Deevo has to rush back. Pashi as well. Panda was the only one on defense for Mockit as Marky tried to move that one in. Deevo slowly playing this one up. A good pass to Pashi as he gets it over top. A follow through with full boost. Could be a shot on net. He's gonna get that one in. Follows it through. Pashi with another one.
What a play from Pashi, delaying this. He plays it up high, decides what he wants to do midair, reading Marky coming across. He just feathers his boost enough to where he doesn't actually hit it, but he still lands perfectly on it, pitches into the goal. There's no way that ball's not going in.
That's so hard as Marky. You don't know if he's gonna get that touch or if he's gonna delay it. The delay puts it in. 2.5 minutes left. Mockit in a really good spot now with a 3-goal lead. They do not want to stop, I'm sure. They want to extend this lead as much as possible. With 2.5 minutes left, Deevo gets it past one. Pashi with support, can't get it past the other, but Deevo is there. just so smart with his play, getting a midfield boost to stop any attacks from FlipSid. Very smart as he rotates back. Now Panda waiting for Cooks to do something. That ball is going to bounce out way far, not in favor at all of Mockit. Unfortunately for FlipSid, they could not take advantage of it. Greasy waiting for that bounce to get a hard power shot. Stopped out by the defense of Mockit. As they try to get control again, a team pinch over to Greasy. Shot a little bit high. Deevo waiting, and again, Mockit kind of just slowing their game down and saying, hey, we'll let you make some moves because we don't have to.
The reactions coming from Mockit, like you said, they've been very well. Smart play coming up from Deevo, the way he's been placing his shots, the way that he's been making his movements. Everybody on Mockit, to be completely honest, has definitely gotten involved. And that's what's scary, is all these players, when they're on point, Deevo's able to make these crazy mechanical plays. Pashy's decision-making's been phenomenal, but his shot almost going in.
Marky just doing everything he could to keep that one out of the box. And he manages to. Pashy tries to get a pass out to ViolentPanda there. Marky eventually gets control past one, but there's Panda. Pashy, actually, as the FlipSid loses control of that ball. Far shot from Panda. And he can't put that one on target. It goes into the hands of FlipSid as they put one on target. Cook's trying to get a read there. There's Greasy with one off the crossbar. Marky can't finish that one off, and that will go back down towards their own end. They have to rotate back quickly.
Very difficult plays coming back and forth here, but it's still those shots that they have on the net, they're very few and they need to capitalize on them. As soon as that hits the crossbar, someone needs to sweep in, but unfortunately for them, Marky was sitting underneath. He wasn't able to get up and make a play.
ViolentPanda carrying that one forward. Deevo Pashy ready for an attack there. The miss from Cooks here. Greasy will have to push that one to the side. Marky, Cooks moving this one up forward. 3 goals to make in 20 seconds. Not looking likely, and I'm thinking Mockit is going to hold this one off fairly well as they try to get another one almost from FlipSid. Pashy trying to move it out, and they're just trying to kill time at this point.
Right, clock management at the end, very crucial, just trying to play this high and just take their time, but still not letting loose on the pressure. Just trying to dwindle down that time by literally applying that pressure. Like you see it as they keep coming in here. One shot after another, it just keeps these guys on their back heel. It kills all the time. Mockit Ace is going to take number 2, and we're all tied up yet again.
You just said it yourself. Mockit Aces answers nicely against FlipSid's first win and takes one themselves. We'll see if they can continue this trend, but I mean, I expect a lot of back and forth between these two teams. Shots a lot closer, still a lot coming out from FlipSid Tactics. They're still putting an assault on, but it looks like Mockit has figured out what they have to do to answer on their defensive side.
Well, in the couple times that they do see that aggression, you're seeing players like Deevo. There was a time where Greasy was on the left side of the field, and he goes to bring that up the wall, but he can't. Deevo's shadowing him, he's bumping into him, he's just getting in his way, and by the time he's able to actually finally make a play, you see one of the defenders on Mockit come through and push it back up. They're being a nuisance, they're getting in these guys' heads, they're just getting everywhere on this field, and then they're on the other side of the field on offense, they're actually making those plays count. Just a couple shots, good mechanical plays, like back across the shoulder, like really good decision-making coming out from Mockit. I'm really impressed with how they've been playing through this entire tournament.
I'm glad you said that because, I mean, I wanted to talk about Deevo. Deevo is just so smart no matter where he is. He is just making sure, he's like, I don't care where I am. I'm going to do something smart here. I'm going to make sure that I am always a presence on this field and that FlipSid is going to feel that presence.
Yeah, we saw that throughout the entire season. Deevo kind of became this highlight reel god. Like every shot he was making was over, like way up above the goal, and then he would like hit a weird angle, and then it would bounce in some way. Like it just wouldn't make any sense. And we haven't seen many of those plays from Mockit. They're just playing really good textbook Rocket League, which is what you want to do in a LAN environment. All these different factors come into play. The mental game's so much heightened, but when they play just textbook, there's nothing crazy, there's nothing flashy or showy about it. They're just being really smart with their decisions, and when you have a team that is like that, they're very difficult to beat.
Game number 3 now. We're all tied up in the series. Mockit Aces versus FlipSid Tactics. This is your grand finals of the RLCS Season 2 Championships. This is incredible Rocket League we've seen. All of these teams have grown so much since the last LAN, and these two teams are showing us the best of the best as they fight it out for that cup. It's tied up in the series. An early attack here from FlipSid almost results in a goal. Fortunately, they can't finish it. Eventually, Marky, look at that defense scrambling from Mockit right now.
So what FlipSid needs to do, they need to catch these guys on defense. They need to keep applying these shot from Greasy, almost going in.
Almost getting one in. They are dominating on the offense right now. Mockit is looking scared. They eventually break out. They need to get composure right now. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves back in a scary spot. FlipSid does need to do exactly that. Make sure they push that hard all the time. Boost starvation will be critical against Mockit right now. Demo from Panda will buy them some time as they end up back down in their own end. Mockit with a passing play to break out of their end. Unfortunately, that does go to the hand of FlipSid as Greasy tries to set that one down from Marky. He was prowling. Cooks will move it instead with a shot, trying to find an opportunity with Marky on the finish.
First goal of game number 3 going to Markydooda, and all this team getting involved. Greasy takes the initial touch, makes these guys go up. Then another shot comes in from Cookser. Draws 2 defenders onto the goal, and then Marky, sitting pretty, able to go back in and make a shot. Well played by this FlipSid team.
1 goal now in the lead for FlipSid Tactics. We'll see if they can pull another point out in the series, or if Mockit will be able to answer this one. Panda with a chip up in the air. Deevo ready to set this one down, or a shot! Deevo puts one in, now we're tied up.
Can't count Deevo out just yet. You see ViolentPanda pay this one up high, and then Deevo just sits there patiently, waiting for it, like he's just chilling, like, yeah, I'm a helicopter now. And it just hovers right into his car and goes right back into the net. Well placed, but still difficult to put yourself in a position and then just trust that the ball's coming to you. Well done by Deevo.
3:30 left in game number 3, and we're all tied up once again between Mockit and FlipSid. A nice clear there from Cooks here. We'll see if he can capitalize off of it. Marky up to Greasy. Greasy up quick. Off the backboard, a finish from himself, almost getting that double tap. Deevo with a chance for a counterattack on target. Marky makes it back in time, waiting patiently. Air dribble not working out. Mockit almost able to put a quick other attack there and formulate something fast. Pashy with a shot on net, though. That drops onto the goal line. Cooks barely keeping that one out.
They need boost here. They need a big clear in order to get that, but it's so difficult with these guys pressuring.
We'll see now, though, if Cooks can start a counterattack. Doesn't get control of that. Unconventional from Cooks. Wait from Panda. Almost off the crossbar. Deevo couldn't finish that one off, and we remain at a tied game with 2.5 minutes left. Pashy will keep the pressure up. Can't stuff that one past Marky. Cooks is there to clear that one away. Can they finally get control? They are having difficulty against Mockit now, getting control of this ball and getting stuck in their own end.
It's just this pressure with no boost. There's nothing you can do, and that's one way to do it. Take the demo, gets that player out of the rotation, and then gives you some space to breathe.
We'll see if Deevo can put one in himself on a solo play. He can't. Cooks takes it away to midfield. Greasy with a chip, but they're going to wait for something from Pashy here. Try to steal that possession. Good touch from Panda as he keeps that toward Pashy in front of the net. No finish. Greasy sets that for Cooks here. Can they finally break out of their own end now after that barrage of shots? Marky, Cooks working together. Greasy playing it smart and staying back, knowing that clear was coming out from Deevo. Off the backboard, Panda is up, but that will get pushed aside by Cooks here first. In the minute 40 left, we're still tied up between Mockit and FlipSid. But FlipSid starting to get pressured a lot from Mockit right now. The reverse of what we saw at the beginning of the game. Mockit, some good mid-game adjustments here. See if they can sink one in. Strong defense though from FlipSid.
Yep. Still handling this attack. The ball has not moved down outside of Mockit's possession in quite a while. But you see Greasy and the rest of these guys, they're okay with it. They're staying poised. They're not really worrying about that pressure despite all these shots coming in.
A long shot there. Cooks makes it back in time. He will finish that one, or follow that one up, sorry, himself. That's a potential goal right here. They should be able to put it in. The demo coming in handy.
Really well played by Marky. You said that demo coming in handy. First comes in, demo's his goalie that's trying to rotate back in the net, takes the tap, recognizes he has it, and then after almost botching that hit, he chips it back inside before that last defender gets there.
But look how much time you have, and that's why demos are so critical. Marky, for a walk in the park, was able to put that one in.
Well, able to utilize that. Obviously, demos can take you completely out of position, but he recognized this player's coming in, gets the demo, and then stays up there to make a play.
We'll see if Mockit can answer this one. 50 seconds left in game number 3. We now find Mockit down on the scoreboard. 2-1 against FlipSid Tactics. The beautiful demo and Marky goal there. Marky trying for another one. Sneaks that one under Pashy, but not Panda. Greasy to Marky, trying to set that one back for Cooks, but he was not there. Mockit has a chance to roll this one back down the other way. With 23 seconds left, they have to make a play here. They have to get a goal for a chance for overtime. See if they can do it. Panda, the pressure on Greasy, last one back. It's a nice clear. But that's in the hands of Deevo. Pashy following behind, expecting to clear from Greasy. Some ping pong here. That's all FlipSid has to do is keep the ball away and stop any scoring chances. Good passing play, and this could be it unless Mockit can keep this one in the air. They try, but Deevo too close. Can't do it, and FlipSid3 takes another point.
Able to bounce back as FlipSid, and like you said at the end, that ping pong totally in their favor. All they're trying to do is just waste time. They play it up high, play it far down the field, and then it gets played back in immediately. But what was crucial at the end, 2 players using to clear that upfield, one over to the side that misdirection to draw one player, and then another tap back upfield. Well done killing that time, and they're back on top in this series.
It's speaking wonders for the Mockit defense right now. I mean, FlipSid is still just going off on shots and dominating on the offense. I mean, we saw it at the beginning, but eventually Mockit actually was able to turn that around and do the exact same thing back. And that was really surprising to see. Mid-game adaptation is really, really difficult to do, especially when you're playing against a team like FlipSid3. And the fact that they were able to do that shows that their head is still in the game. They are communicating very, very well, and these are really good players.
Right, and a lot of things you like to see between these two teams is staying grounded. There's something that a lot of these guys, they're starting to play ones a little bit more because it does help work on those mechanics, when to challenge and stuff like that. But they're not doing it because they don't have the time. As soon as they get that ball on the ground, other than a split second to like move it back upfield, they're getting pressure, they're getting contested, and then the ball goes whatever which way. And that's when spreading out as a team really comes in a benefit. You have the ability then, once that ball goes whichever way, someone's going to be waiting for you to go and play that back upfield. Both these teams are doing it well. It just seems to be going back and forth each game.
Game number 4 now. Mockit aces, FlipSid3 tactics, tic-tacs? FlipSid tic-tacs. This is an amazing series so far. We have FlipSid in the lead now, 2-1, but remember, they have to win 2 best-of-7s to win this championship series, whereas Mockit only has to win 1 best-of-7, but they're behind in the series now as FlipSid tries to take this dream away from Mockit aces. Sitting in the upper bracket, Deevo with a long clear as they try to set the first play and the first goal at game number 4. Here's a chance here, but a clear from Cooks will kill that one out. Marky has a chance to find the bottom corner. Off the post, a dinger. We'll send that one back down towards our own end. A counterattack almost from Pashy. I don't think they expected that. No one there to follow it up.
No, I was actually surprised they had 2 rotating back. They need to have the comms.
Oh, Pashy! Here's a follow-up from Deevo. No finish.
But with the comms, like I was mentioning, there's 2 rotating back. Someone could have easily just taken that initial hit and put it to the side. They let Deevo pick a shot on net, and it's in a scary situation as well.
Cooks here following this one. Don't do it. A shot on net will get stopped out by Deevo. Pressure from Greasy as he tries to help Cooks out and say, I got you, buddy. But the defense from Mockit, as we just talked about, very strong. Quells that attempt. Panda out to midfield. Met by Greasy, sent right back in. 2 defenders for Mockit, though. We'll be able to move this one out. See what the defense of FlipSid's thinking right now. Deevo with a chance. You never want him in a spot like that. Good call from both of them getting up. They were anxious. They knew he could pull something crazy off.
Still need to be careful on FlipSid. They're sending 2 up on that wall. If that doesn't go in their favor, that's an easy possession control for this Mockit team. But back and forth, they're still applying this pressure, and a lot of it has to do with the way that they're making their decisions. A lot of the time, when it's between 2 players, they're letting Pashy be the one that moves up because that frees up Deevo to come in and make plays.
Marky tries to get a pass off the backboard. Panda sends it a little bit harder than I think FlipSid was thinking. Cooks can't make a play out of it, but Marky, what a fast passing play.
Another quick response coming in. You see these guys, they want to act quickly, but still taking 2 minutes. A pass coming in from Greasy, able to flick that back across his body to a waiting Marky. The issue is even if they don't get that, there's still someone on this FlipSid team already waiting to go back onto defense.
Now the goal up for FlipSid3. We've seen all of these games be so close, and it seems to be the story.
Oh,
what a pitch! That is not in the favor of Mockit. Thankfully he's there, but they're going to get scrambly now, not expecting the ball to get back down in their own that quickly. 3 minutes left, though. Mockit has a chance to bring this one back. As I said, these games have been very close, and I'm sure Mockit knows they still have a chance right now. Marky, though, catching that attack from Mockit. Almost able to throw one in on an open net, but it does get stopped out. Panda with a shot to the far side, off the post, the crossbar. Can't put it in. Deevo there for a shot. Can't find it. The angle he needed, a little bit off, just a couple inches, but the pressure is not done from Mockit now. They are finding their groove. We'll see if they can keep it up. Unfortunately for them, the ball goes into Marky's hands, and they will have to move back down to their own end and try again.
Well, luckily for FlipSide, this accuracy from Mockit starting to fall off a little bit, and it's plaguing them. There's a crossbar hit, and then there's another one that they just missed. They need to find the net a little bit better. If they're not able to, use it as a misdirection and make sure someone's following up.
Look at these passing plays starting to come out, though, from FlipSide Tactics. Mid-air passing plays there are feeling comfortable.
Oh, Greasy.
And that's something. Oh, Cooks, can he finish it to the far side? Whoa, what a placement on that ball. The passing plays I was just talking about.
Way to call it out. You see Greasy get up, play that off the backboard, catches Deevo completely off guard, and then Cookser, showing what he's so good at, gets in the air as that last man and puts a shot on net that's unsavable.
2 goals now in the lead. 2 minutes left. FlipSide Tactics sitting 2-1 in the series. The first one looking for that bracket reset, and they are looking in the right spot, it seems. Putting Mockit on their back heel, or their back toes, if you will. Greazymeister trying to put one in. They can't. FlipSide looking for another goal here. Marky underneath looking for the bottom read. Doesn't find it. Pashy with a 50-50 in his favor. Leaves that for Deevo, knowing he was right behind. Second touch will not come out, but there was a teammate ready for that. That's a dangerous spot, though, leaving their defense a little bit too open. Marky couldn't find a pass out for Cooks, though, but they are prowling. Look at how Marky and Cooks are moving together now.
I do enjoy how Mockit's trying to get creative. Pashy had the first touch on the ball, but he had 2 teammates behind him. What does he do? He actually goes for the corner boost, tries to deny something, and then allows his teammates to make plays. That's trust in your teammates better than anything that you can do, is allowing your teammates to make plays, showing that you have that courage in them.
Well, and that's what separates the top teams from the bottom ones, is that these guys are able to be creative like that and think 3 steps ahead of their opponents. But right now, FlipSide is 2 steps ahead with 2 goals in the lead with 48 seconds left, as they just have to now hold off any attacks from Mockit. Mockit will have to push hard, give it everything in this game, otherwise they will lose it. Marky with a pass over to the far side. Greasy a little bit off on that, leaving Cooks the last defender to steal that one away from Pashy, getting that block of wood in the way. The Batmobile pass out to Deevo. They put 1 in, 30 seconds left. This is possible for Mockit.
Literally fighting for it. You see Pashy in a 1v1 situation. He runs straight into Cookser. Cookser's still trying to battle back, but because Pashy's being the bully first, he gets the angle, pushes it back inside, and then Deevo sweeps in for the goal.
You're absolutely right. 28 seconds left. Mockit. See if they can get one quickly off the goal here, but a good block from Greasy. Stops that attack. Deevo does manage to regain possession. Panda doing everything he can to keep it in, but they gotta watch out to not give away possession like that. They need everything they can. 10 seconds left now for them to get 1 goal. We'll see if they can do it to bring it into an overtime. They're on the attack now. Chance coming out here. Someone needs to be on the far side. A good touch from Cook sends that far away, but Deevo with 1 on target. They still have a chance. The ball in the air. Marky getting a nice pinch to keep this one away. Panda getting bumped there. We'll see what they can do off the backboard. That will touch the ground. Marky being a nuisance, and FlipSide putting themselves at match point for the bracket reset.
They're doing so well controlling this, and we saw last time there was chances that Mockit had. We saw them play against Orbit. They did the reverse sweep. They were able to make that last second goal. FlipSide not leaving that to chance. They push it upfield, they keep someone in net, and then they just follow. People are bullying, people are getting away. They know that this team is dangerous. Don't leave it to chance.
I mean, this is scary now for Mockit. I mean, you know you're up against a team that when they're on a momentum swing, they're going to take that to full advantage, and you have to have that in the back of your head this entire time. You got to know that this isn't it. But I mean, Mockit now is in the spot. I mean, they've been watching FlipSide now, like, start to make these changes. They know that Markydooda and Cooks here are on a roll. They know, and I mentioned it, they're on a prowl. They're up together, feeling comfortable. Mockit needs to feel comfortable now.
Right, and in the first land, FlipSide never really got this chance. They were shut down so early, but now that they're gaining this momentum, something that they, I guess, tend to like coming from the losers bracket, or the lower bracket, is they beat teams one after another. They gain all this momentum, they gain confidence, but the biggest thing that I'd like to point out is their communication. They have been saying that they've been working on comms so much, making sure to say literally everything, even if it doesn't make any sense, but getting people talking, making sure that people are coming through, that's huge. That's phenomenal that these guys are speaking out. That's something that I hope Mockit is doing the same thing, because it seems to be that every single play they have an answer for.
Well, comms are so important. Being on the same level as your teammates, I mean, that's exactly why we're seeing FlipSide pull through. watch those passing plays. They're making sure to say, hey, I'm up in the air, be in the air with me, I'll put it here. That's so important as a team to be able to communicate like that. So that Mockit is, I mean, look at them. They're communicating right now. They know they have to figure out what's going on. They're saying, guys, this is our plan. Go into this next one. We need to disrupt that combo on offense right now because it's scary when you have Marky and Cooks that have been playing together for years. To be on offense like that and feel comfortable, you have to break that up somehow. Demos, I mean, we know Pashy as a demo. We know that he can get aggressive. And you're right, you mentioned it too. I mean, leaving shots for Deevo so that he can start to go in, be a nuisance, take some boost, have those demos. I mean, they're looking in the right direction. They just have to really solidify that.
Right, and that's good. You're starting to get this creativity that you need to beat FlipSid. When FlipSide's flowing on all cylinders, you see, you know, Greasy looks unbelievably comfortable. You see Marky's getting involved. He's going for plays that are unconventional. It's what makes them so scary that every single one of their players can do it. But at the same time, you look at Mockit, they're definitely capable of it. It's just, you haven't seen really ViolentPanda step up. That's a name that I haven't really seen come into play yet. Obviously, he's making some of these passes, he's making some saves, but it's definitely not the showcasing experience that we saw from earlier. I would love to see him get involved for this team.
Well, I mean, speaking of players that, I mean, not knowing their names before, they're doing so well in an environment like this. I mean, ViolentPanda and Deevo.
Well, I mean, that's the beauty of the RLCS is open qualifiers. This team, these players have never played in it before.
Yeah.
Pashy picks up this team. They come all the way through. They bring it all the way to the grand finals at the second LAN. Like, these guys, if you didn't know them before, you clearly know them from...
You definitely know them.
You know them from the season, like the plays that they've been making. Like, to handle this kind of pressure, this kind of mentality at this stage at Amsterdam with this crowd going absolutely insane, like, that's unbelievable.
To have a team that was put together so quickly right before this and to perform so well, I mean, it's just, it shows, it's a testament to their skill and how good these players are, and that anybody can come up into a scene like this. I love that this scene is so open and ready for new players right now, as this meta is completely changing. As I mentioned before, these teams are looking so much stronger than the first one. Even then, it was impressive. Remember a year ago, watching Cooks here, or sorry, Chronovians being like, what? And now we can all do a lot of that stuff? It's insane how much this scene has developed.
Yeah, and it's only going to get worse and worse for players like you and me. Who like, it's not pretty, but these guys, obviously the best in the world, showcasing that for us today. I can't believe that we're here at this moment. I want these guys to bring it the distance. Can they do it? Match point for Mockit. Are they able to bounce back?
This, as you said, is a bracket reset game. Mockit Aces cannot give this one up. Otherwise, they find themselves in a scary spot with FlipSid having to only win one more best of 7. I say only, but it's a scary spot. But FlipSid starting off good with an early attack here as they try to put the first one in, showing their dominance. They are not ready to let up. As I said, look at Cooks and Marky as they just work magic on the field. They gotta make sure they don't overcommit though. Otherwise, Deevo's gonna find a shot like that. Thankfully, Marky could get back in time. But now, we have an assault coming out from Mockit as they are creating a counterattack. Pashy gets a block. Deevo did not go for the attack, knowing it could have come back. He was right to think so, because it did. Now they give away possession. Greasy moves in quick. Pashy to the side as Panda steals that one away to midfield with a clear. Marky takes it right back. Not many clear opportunities coming out from Mockit. FlipSid is able to keep the pressure on now. With a minute in, still scoreless. Both teams trying to find the back of the net first. FlipSid looking good to do it off the crossbar. Pashy keeps that one away now. They might be able to have an attack.
Despite this pressure, you see FlipSid making good decisions. There's a couple times where I thought I was going to see Cookster go up and make a play. He doesn't. He surveys the field, he rotates wide in his angle, and then he makes a play afterwards. He's waiting for these guys to go for a 50-50 that normally we saw a lot of these other teams contesting. The benefit is it allows them to get to the ball where they're going to hit it afterwards and play it right back in. That's how this pressure keeps evolving.
Panda out to Deevo. Deevo trying one of those sick shots. That goes down in front of the net. Good touch from Cooks here to set it from Marky. Could have been scary if they had some pressure from Mockit. Play developing potentially here for FlipSid. If Cooks can put it on, Pashy misses the save.
Such a change of pace, so slow pace coming in, and then just one bounce. You see Pashy, like you said, come across with the help of ViolentPanda. Neither one of them are going to make a play. Smart decision by ViolentPanda not getting up because he probably would have bumped Pashy, but Pashy jumped a little bit too far across.
Needed to bump him right into the net, or into the ball.
I mean, we saw that actually back in season play where he bumped his team.
Pashy bumped him, yep.
Yeah.
Might have been what they needed, but Deevo trying to set one out. There's Panda for pressure, but they're all committed. They have to watch out. A counterattack here could result in a goal from FlipSid as they try to put it on. There's a shot Deevo keeps it up at Greasy. Make sure it goes in.
They are so alive right now, one after another. Plays that pass perfectly back inside, catches the defender out, and then Greasy swings in. Every single angle is covered by FlipSid.
Everything from that was amazing. The passing play, the save, and the finish. But FlipSid comes out the victor on that play. 2-0 now with 3 minutes left. Mockit still can't seem to find their pacing, breaking up this attack from FlipSid. They're having difficulties, and they need to do that now. Otherwise, FlipSid will bracket reset. Marky trying to keep this one himself. He does. Gets it past one. Can't get it past two. Panda keeps that one on an attack for Mockit. Cucks with a long shot. It's going to be off target, but Deevo wants to move that quick. Get these plays started up on the counterattacks. Marky with a shot off the crossbar. Or post, sorry. Cucks with a nice bounce up. Marky feels backflip man, so Panda will have a chance to move that one out. Pashy to Panda, can't get the dunk on Greasy, sends it to Marky, who sets it down for Greasy, but feels backflip. Maybe Cooks called it out, but it threw that push off, and they weren't able to capitalize.
Still good decision making. You see these guys rotating back really smart, and then the pressure coming through afterwards. These guys playing it back inside. Mockit with a chance, still saved by Cookser.
Almost had one in there to bring it back, still at a 2-goal deficit with 2 minutes remaining in game number 5, and Cooks extends the lead.
High ball off the top, very difficult to read. He plays this off the corner, beating out ViolentPanda, and then Pashy trying to make a play, ends up getting beaten out by Deevo. Deevo thought Deevo was going to get that touch, and then he was going to try to swing out and make a play upfield, but not able to do so. That ball bounces right over the top of Pashy. Cookser gets the goal, up by 3 with 1:45 left. This bracket reset has a possibility.
It is looking very likely. FlipSid is on fire right now as they push up against Mockit. Stopping out an attack here. Panda has a chance. 50-50 in favor of Marky. Greasy pulls that one forward towards that Mockit end. A goal going in front of the net.
Oh,
what a pitch! What was that?
Mockit isn't done yet. Look at him come back. Deevo gets up on this, plays it right in front, and then the pitch from Pashy to read that as a team, to come together literally and play that across field.
Foreign Malaysias, they send one rocketing down to the other side. 3-1 now, as you said. It's still a chance here. 1:20 left. 2 goals possible, but if that's what they have to do every time, that's going to be an unlikely situation. Greazymeister has possession. No, he misses it. That's going to be out for Pashy. This could be it. Mistakes are definitely what Mockit needs to capitalize on here. They need to make sure they put goals in like that. The second the FlipSid makes any kind of mistake, a minute remaining, and we're looking at a bracket reset situation still, but almost another one, just missing its mark. Marky can't find it. Panda now with possession. They have to get one in now if they want to feel comfortable for that last goal.
Yeah, it's so difficult though. Shots coming back. Mockit's still starting to apply pressure, but it doesn't seem to matter. Everything this Mockit team does, FlipSid has an answer for.
You're absolutely right. This is a scary spot for Mockit because going into the bracket reset, you know that can still happen. Pashy barely giving that out. Another pinch. Just didn't go into the net this time, but they need to do that. Maybe that's going to be their secret weapon coming into this next series because 20 seconds remaining, 10 seconds a goal. This is not likely as FlipSid is starting to dominate and they look uncontrollable now. Mockit, can they do it? Panda takes control, but I think this is going to be at Marky just slowing the pace down with 4 seconds left. We're gonna see a bracket reset for FlipSid Tactics as they come in hard.
Our first bracket season in the Rocket League Championship Series lands. Welcome to Amsterdam, everybody. And you guys haven't seen anything better.
This is absolutely incredible. Listen to this. FlipSid Tactics just bracket reset. Now we have another best of 7, but I don't know what Mockit is thinking. This is scary. FlipSid Tactics are on fire. They are showing why they were the regional champions for EU.
They came out strong. Mockit bounced back, but then after that, FlipSid made all the corrections. They know exactly what they need to do, but now it is up to Mockit. They need to collect themselves. They need to understand what's happening, this pressure. Find something to change it up. What worked in that game 2 that allowed you guys to take one? And that's not easy against a team like FlipSid, who doesn't seem to be making any mistakes.
Well, we have had so much hype right now. This has been incredible. We have a bracket reset now. FlipSid Tactics came in hard. We're gonna see if they can do that again, though. After a quick little break here, we're going to the analysts. They're going to break down what we just saw.
Thank you, Leaf and Lawler. Wow.
What did we do?
What an epic match there. That first best of 7. It means we get a bracket reset. It means we get more Rocket League, and we would not have it any other way. It's amazing.
And now we get to rest for about 5 minutes, and then get right back into this series where whoever wins this next one takes home $50,000 and world champion title. It's gonna be insane.
I mean, if your brains could sweat, I'm assuming all their brains are just sweaty right now. I mean, just the amount of mental capacity you have to have throughout this entire day, especially FlipSid Tactics, but both teams, one staying on top all day, one having a fight through the bottom all day, able to make it here to the end, and somehow we get a reset. This is, I mean, it's got to be so taxing on them, but they're still playing so well. Such incredible plays coming out of both sides.
Let's get into the Mobile One high performance replay from that first matchup where FlipSid Tactics was on the verge of elimination, but they're staying alive.
They have now played 9 games, and FlipSid, they lead 5 games to 4. These teams are very even, but the difference is day 1 FlipSid is not here anymore. It is day 2 FlipSid, and they absolutely dominated.
Day 2.5 FlipSid. They just get better and better as the day goes on. And we do see some clutch plays and some fantastic passing from Mockit as well, and I think they're going to be able to pull off a good amount, but they just seem to be getting outpaced and outplayed a bit on the field.
Yeah, we had some close games, game 4 and game 3, 2-1, but Mockit just can't find a way to score. They scored only 3 goals in the final 3 games. They have to find a way, and Deevo is that answer for them. He needs to get hot really quickly, and it's going to be really hard for this team to bounce back.
And it's really just trying to snuff out all the opportunities that FlipSid make for themselves. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter. They're going to keep putting the shots on. It's the angles they can get that seem to mess everyone up. I mean, that's the hardest thing, is that you never know exactly when the strike is going to come. And since they're so creative and they keep moving it around the field, it could either be a pass or a shot at any given time, which is what makes it so difficult to defend against.
It's amazing to watch, and especially the energy from a crowd. The crowd is fantastic as well. I don't know if you can feel it at home, but this place erupts every time a goal is scored. So shout out to you guys here in Amsterdam. But
wow. That's all I can say is wow.
Indeed.
Wow.
Love it. Absolutely love it. And we get to see more Rocket League, which I'm really excited for. But yes, FlipSid Tactics, it's on them right now. It's their story right now. Coming through the lower bracket, they've had to win so many in the row, and we have to remember, they were able to get to the grand finals last season, but they were not able to close it out against iBuyPower Cosmic. Here we are, a new chapter in the story. That was Hollywood, this is Amsterdam. A few months later, can FlipSid Tactics wrap it up?
So FlipSid, they've been on this road for a while. Last time, there was a mountain right in the middle of their road, and they could not get through. There's no mountain here. FlipSid will do this, I believe.
I honestly have to agree with what I just saw. I know in the beginning of this, I chose Mockit, and I still stand by that, at least on my original choice. But now seeing how FlipSid is performing, they're seriously not wavering at all. Not an ounce of mistake. I mean, maybe once in a while you see a small little hiccup, but they pick it up right away. They don't let it interrupt their flow. I mean, a lot of Rocket League is that just having that perfect rotation, understanding where your teammates are going to be, where you're going to be, where your opponents are. And generally when there's a hiccup, it takes a little bit, right? It's almost like a little bit of a traffic jam. When one person slows down, everyone has to kind of slow down for a second and recuperate. But it doesn't matter for them right now. When one person slows down, they all just pick it up right away. They find the position they need to be in, and they're filling it.
Mockit Aces is incredibly talented, though. They got to the grand final from the upper bracket. And they seem to win when it really matters. Remember, once again, they were down 0-2 in the lower bracket in the first round of this tournament. They had to win 3 in a row against Orbit, and they were able to get it done. So Mockit Aces has the talent, they have the ability to stick this through and finish it out, but every single player needs to step up if they're going to defeat this FlipSid Tactics teams, because it seems like to me, FlipSid Tactics, they're on fire.
But Pashi, he has that experience before. He's won against FlipSid where he had to win 3 in a row before. I could see them doing it because Deevo and ViolentPanda, for being brand new to the RLCS Season 2 even, because they weren't really in Season 1 at all, they've shown up huge. They've shown up huge here. We'll probably see them again, Season 3, Season 4, but they want it now, and I could see them doing it. I want to see ViolentPanda probably get more involved. Their offense has been a little shaky, and ViolentPanda was clutch on day 1. So if we get that ViolentPanda again, there is a chance here, but they have to fix that offense.
Yeah, I want to see if they can do their best to try and ignore what FlipSid's doing, which is just put so much pressure on that you can't really gather yourself up to get any kind of attack on. I want to see Deevo do what Deevo does best. I want to see highlights from him. I want to see Pashi Try and get those dribbling opportunities. Slow it down if he can. FlipSide's keeping up the pace. They're getting the good midfield touches. But if they can maybe slow it down, fake out 1 or 2 players, and narrow down the playing field to where maybe you put yourself on a 3v2 situation or 3v1 situation, you're going to put yourself in a better place against a team that usually especially right now, has been staying so collected. And, we talk about FlipSide going through the same exact scenario in Season 1, getting knocked down early on by one team and then facing the same exact team at the very end. I mean, it's got to be both, like, relieving and frustrating and so many emotions going through them right now. And the fact that they're still so composed is phenomenal.
And you got to remember, just imagine the moment right now for all of these players on this stage. They're in front of a full house here at the Theater Amsterdam. Thousands of people watching online. Everything is on the line. $50,000 in the title of world champion. You gotta wonder how they're feeling at this moment. Right now, they're getting refreshed, getting some drinks, but trying to prepare for this next match. We do have some highlights to show though from the team that came through the lower bracket. FlipSid3. What a run they've been on.
They've only lost 1 game in all of their sets, basically, except for Take 3, but they've been on fire. They had a little bit of an issue at the start of day 2 with Greasy, missing some shots here or there, and Cooksy and Marky too, but that was during their first series where they seemed to have nerves on both days, but then they started to warm up, and they just started dominating everyone.
I mean, about 2 series ago was right when you see Cooksy do Cooksy. He turned on around the exact same time in Season 1 where he just started flying through. And you even heard Marky in his interview. Maybe me and Greasy are just probably going to sit back in the shadows and watch Cooksy do what he does best. And, they're not sitting back. They're doing a great job of supporting him, giving him the shots he needs, and taking shots themselves. And all these passing plays from the mid, I mean, they're just able to pull it off. And angles Cooksy can pull off are just unbeatable.
And FlipSide, two second places, 2 majors in 2016. They want to end 2016 right. They want that first place, but at the same time, Pashy, awful first land. He really wants this. That last second roster move was huge. And of course, they got here for a reason. They have beat FlipSide already, so I wouldn't count them out, but it seems like all of us are in favor of FlipSide because of just how well they performed during that first set.
Momentum is pretty big key, right? It's going in with, that was a 4-1, right? A 4-1 victory. That's pretty handily in the scheme of things. So going into the next series with that kind of victory behind your back definitely gets you in a better position. You almost feel like you've got 1 goal in the game, right? Like when you have a goal up in a game, you can play a little bit safer and you just kind of play the game you want. So this is kind of that same mentality right now. They've got that first series under their belt. I mean, it's a bigger struggle for them because they had to win twice, but they're on the fast track.
Now, I gotta say, this is going to be the last best of 7. There's nothing after this for the Rocket League Championship Series Season 2. This is the grand final. These players getting their wits about them, taking a little break, having a drink here and there. What is the most important thing for these players and teams as they sit down, they get ready to go? What are they saying to each other as they prepare for their last match of the Rocket League Championship Series Season 2?
So I hope they're sitting there and just saying, hey guys, let's enjoy this moment a bit. This crowd is insane. They're cheering for both teams. They're having a lot of fun. And of course, you want to win, but just keep that right there in the back of your mind. Be like, hey guys, this moment, just cherish it as well. And maybe that'll help them, maybe these nerves are probably huge right now, so hopefully Marky and Pashy are like, hey guys, let's calm it down. Let's just enjoy this crowd here. Let's have fun. No matter what happens, we've had a great run here. They, of course, want to win, but I don't know what I would do in this situation.
I mean, I literally couldn't imagine the weight on their shoulders right now, and I don't want to, honestly. That's why I don't put myself in that position when I get a chance. But at the same time, like you said, if they can just remember, they've gone so far, they've fought so well. Both of these teams honored and to play against each other at this high stakes level, and also both deserve to be here. And I think that's still such a big moment for the both of them. If they can just cut that, maybe cut the stress a little bit, they can just perform at their best, give us the best Rocket League possible, give themselves the best performance they can possibly give. I mean, you heard it from Marky himself. He just wants to make sure that he played his best, because if he loses at his best, he won't feel so annoyed. But if he loses not playing well, I mean, right now it seems like they're playing the best.
Yeah.
Well, as they say, it all comes down to this. It is time for this story to end. It is time to crown a world champion for Rocket League. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the final match of the weekend. It's Mockit Aces versus FlipSid3. Can FlipSid3 continue their dominance through the lower bracket? It's time to find out. Let's go down to our commentator booth where Leaf and Lawler are standing by.
That is a heck of a question. Can they continue this dominance? I mean, it's going to be hard. They just had one, but can that momentum go through? They've been playing Rocket League all day. FlipSide running through that lower bracket. You got to be exhausted at this point. I mean, and you're against a team that's just dominated on the upper bracket, right?
One after another. You see these guys, they're battling back. They're trying to do whatever they can. They've been in this position before, but they didn't get the bracket reset last time. This time, they've got the momentum on their backs. If they can carry that through, if they can score early, Mockit is going to have a very rough time.
This is a bracket reset. FlipSid Tactics just took it 4-1 against Mockit Aces. Is Mockit Aces going to be able to bring this back?
7 games, $50,000 separating these two teams. $25,000 goes to the losers. Can they pull it off back and forth?
This is a lot on the line, as you just said. That has to be in the back of their heads, especially for Mockit, knowing they just gave up a series when they were in the best spot. This is hard on your mentality. We'll see if they can pull it back now, though, as we get into game number 1. 30 seconds in now, neither team able to get any play started up. We'll see if this is actually Mockit now, figuring out what they had to do. What do they have to do?
First and foremost, something that they have always done. Get physical. Whether it means bumping, demos, getting in the way. Shadowing, Cookser's gonna get a goal!
There it is, the first one, and Cookser keeping that momentum moving forward.
Plays it up top, Marky with a pass back inside, and then a shot immediately at the goal!
Look at that already, first minute of gameplay, and FlipSid has not given up yet. And this is a scary situation for Mockit, but they need to maintain composure, keep their head in the game, and play smart. Greasy tries to get one up for another one to extend the lead, but there's a clear from Mockit Aces. They need to maintain possession here. They keep giving it away a little bit too much. Scary spot, Greasy can't get a touch of that one. A little bit pressure here unless FlipSid keeps it on. They will have to move back, boost it up. Cooks keeps that one in from Panda, but gets demoed immediately after. And there's a retaliation from Marky. He says, that's my Cooksy.
That's one way to have your teammates back. Demo the other guy, but they need to be careful. Don't get overzealous. You see Greasy going up for that arrow. He actually missed it. There's some times where he's going up for these plays where he's going in too hard, but a ball is
gonna go in. Panda brings it back, 3:30 left, we're tied again.
Cookser tries to play this inside, but he gets the dunk. It immediately goes in. We've seen this a lot. You saw Rizzo doing it earlier in the day, but ViolentPanda stepping up, making these saves, and getting a goal.
All tied up again as Mockit brings it back. That's gotta feel good for them, knowing that they can get past this barrier. FlipSid Tactics, there is so much on the line right now. In the RLCS Season 2 Championships Grand Finals, bracket reset. Cooks here, sends that one to the far side. Panda's gonna send it right back, some ping pong. Marky to send it to Greasy, good patience from him. Marky can't get a pass from Greasy, so he'll be in there himself. In front of the net, Panda sends it to midfield. Pashy already up for that one, can't get a touch on it. Cook sends it past him. Deevo with a nice hard clear, but Pashy out of the play. That will get sent in by Greasy again. No second touch for him, so he'll be out of the play. Mockit having very difficult time formulating anything, but now they have a passing play off the crossbar. Pashy punches it away.
Getting unconventional in this play. You see ViolentPanda comes in. Instead of taking the shot, he uses the crossbar. Actually misses the shot probably, but it works out. Pashy's still in a place to move in and make a goal happen. 2 defenders out of the way. Free open net.
2-1 now. Bracket reset. Mockit Aces saying they don't want this to happen. We're gonna take the series now, since we didn't do it last time. Up 2-1, but a lot of time for FlipSid to bring this one back. Marky gets a 50-50, but no play develops out of that one. Pashy turns it around for a counterattack. No teammate there. Sends to the far side. Cooks is boosted up, but out of the play now. ViolentPanda to the far side. No one there. He will try another back pass. Touch up from Pashy to Deevo as he quickly repositions himself. Can't get a second touch over Greasy. Some back and forth now, both teams trying to find these plays. Panda trying to bump on his way out. Pashy will have to back off as Cooks has the ball. Greasy with a good receive on that pass there. Sends it right back down into Mockit's end. Cooks with a shot on net. Deevo keeps that one to the side from the goal line. Can he keep control is the question. He does get it past Marky. Can he get it past Greasy? Not quite. He just stays on target and pushes it right past that midfield. Greasy with a shot now, though. He can put it to the far side. Pashy keeps it out. There's another one, though. This assault is not up, as FlipSid just finds every chance they can to keep putting the ball on target. As they find one here, Cooks drops it down in a scary spot now for Mockit. Panda can't break out, though. They are stuck in their own end. We'll see if they can get it out. They're still in a weird spot, not able to formulate this defense yet.
Still one pass after another, one shot after another. This team on Mockit with the jumper. Marky saved again by Deevo.
Couldn't find the back of the net though. This defense barely hanging on by a thread on Mockit's end here as they try their hardest to hold the lead with a minute left. FlipSid is giving it everything they can, but they can't find the back of the net. 1 minute remaining. Cooks here with a dribble. We've seen him do that before. Couldn't finish it off. The defense still strong from Mockit Aces as they just keep this assault off, but it's got to break eventually. Deevo moving down to the other side. Can he get a passing play to the far side? 40 seconds left. Now in possession of FlipSid. They punch this one forward. 2 players out of the play. They can get a passing play started quick. That's to Marky. Marky on target! Ties it up with 30 seconds left.
All this pressure on one side, able to deny boost. Doesn't matter. Deevo breaks out with a demo and then a mind game. Doesn't matter. They change it back into possession and then the pass plays. 32 seconds left. We're tied up game number 1 in this bracket reset.
FlipSid almost gave up a point in the series, but now they're showing they're a force to be reckoned with still in this second bracket reset here. Cooks here, trying to get a play started up, or will they pull this to overtime and try to get the momentum off the kickoff? We know they can do that. That's in a bad spot for FlipSid. Pashy couldn't stuff that one through. Mockit now just has to stop and attack here with 8 seconds left. Panda has to carry this one properly. Sometimes those air dribbles can be easy to read. Cooks couldn't stuff it past him though.
There's a chance.
Pashy puts that one up, and that will go to the ground likely here if Greasy punches it down, and it does, into an overtime. Game number 1 of the bracket reset, and we're in overtime. Mockit seems to have figured out what they need to do.
Yeah, it's working out, but it's a matter of complacency. You see this team on FlipSid, they're not changing it up too much. They need to keep mixing it up, keep these guys off guard. Some of it has to do with the ground game. They need to start putting in. You saw Marky doing it at the end of the last series. He was starting to put in mind games, going for fakes, and it caught these guys completely off pace, but Cooks are making a save.
That was very, very close. Cooks got back fast, but almost gives up a shot for Pashy there. Pashy does keep that down to the other end. Marky just off the post, couldn't put her away. And we're still in overtime now. Cooks has to get that one away. A pinch maybe to the wrong side because Pashy is ready for that one.
A counterattack.
That's going to go the other way almost. Finding its mark, but a little bit too far to the right. Cooks still has a chance here. Everyone in net though for Mockit as they try to push this one the other way. FlipSid with another chance for an attack here. That one goes far past Marky, but Cooks is ready for that. Keeping the pressure on Mockit. Trying to get control, but it keeps getting out of their hands. Greasy over to Cooks, the shot off the crossbar. Marky can't finish that one off as it goes on an angle he can't reach. Back into the hands of Mockit. That's a scary spot though. Communication needs to be critical here. They're getting a little bit weird. As Pashy tries to break it out, they can't find out of their own net. Marky trying to roll this one in. Greasy with possession. FlipSid is not letting up at all on this attack and finally breaks down to the midfield.
It's really interesting watching these two defenses, both phenomenal but totally different styles. On Mockit, everybody is just rushing back to the net and packing the box. On this side of FlipSid, you're seeing people like Cookster do half flips, anything to turn around and get back as soon as possible and then making a save. Freeing up his teammates, they allow to counterattack, but Mockit still holds them off. Almost at 2 minutes into this overtime, it's still game 1.
Pashy with a chance though, sets that one up high instead of taking a shot. Cooks will have a chance for a clear. Panda has to get good control of this one. Kind of gives away that possession. Pashy thankfully recognizes that was going into the wrong hands. Makes his way over. Can't get a play started up. Cooks takes this one down, gets the under dunk there, but doesn't keep possession. A pass out to Marky to the far side. Deevo gets in the way of that. Almost had a play started up. Good patience from Marky, but a shot from Greasy. Cooks is there to follow it up. Pashy throws himself in the way of that one and keeps it out. Now in control. A 1v1 skills could come in handy here, but he loses the 50-50. Greasy, Cooks, Marky all up on attack here. This could be a chance unless Panda gets a good clear. He does. Pashy has to follow this one up quick, but he needs to regain the possession. Otherwise, FlipSid will just move back down into Mockit's end here. As they do exactly that, a pass from Greasy. Marky trying to set this one out for Cooks. Cooks is up. A shot towards the net, but too soft. And the defense for Mockit will be able to stop that one.
Once again, packing that box, all 3 players up, but that's where they need to counterattack. Obviously, they're stretching these guys thin, but they're also being stretched thin. Everybody giving it their absolute best in this final.
Pashy following it through on his own wall hit there. Can't keep control, gives it away to Greasy. A touch from Panda. To the far side, we hit 3 minutes of overtime in game number 1 of the bracket reset of the grand finals right now. This is as close as it gets between these two teams. And we'll see who can pull away with a goal here, but FlipSid is looking, just dominating Mockit, trying to create a chance here. Panda has to catch that one, last defender. Chance for Greasy! Greasy! Oh! Off the post! He couldn't put it in, and they still have to try again. Mockit counting their lucky stars right now. The Greasy couldn't finish that one off. We are still in overtime. Cooks now with a flick up. Panda can't find another touch on that one. Greasy will get possession. A demo on Deevo, from Deevo, could set them in a good spot, but they can't find it. Almost getting a touchdown, pulling at Deevo. They'll have to move back down towards their own end. Panda up to Pashy. Pashy tries to set it for Deevo. He'll wait from Panda there. Cucks intercepting this play, says, you give me time, I'll get in the way. 4 minutes of overtime now as Pashy gets a long shot. Cucks will keep that to the side now. Greasy with a long clear. Deevo keeps that one away now. Both teams trying to get a play start up. They're trying to find that hole.
A lot of it does have to do, and you're starting to see this Mockit team play better, but it's also part of the chance that FlipSid is leaving things to chance. There's a couple contests that Cookster isn't going up for, and the issue with that is it gives Deevo a free shot. You cannot allow that to happen, but still, approaching 5 minutes, we almost have an entire second game in this first game.
Which I'm not complaining. Any more Rocket League at this level, I am happy for. 4:46 into overtime, still tied 2-2. Marky with a chance. Panda gets in his face. Cooks puts that down. Deevo sets that one up. And we have 5 minutes of overtime now against these two teams in game number 1. This is absolutely insane. This is incredible. Both teams cannot find this. This has got to be an exhausting as a player. Marky almost had a chance. That bounces away. Here's a chance here now. Where's Greasy? He's way too far back. He gets one off the wall. Shot to the far side. Panda keeps that one away. Deevo off the wall. Misses a touch on that. Panda will have to be there. Pashy, the last defender. He sees Marky and Cooks coming for him. Sends it past them, but there's Greasy to greet that one in the air. Cooks with a redirect towards the net. Can't get it on target, though. Panda with possession. Gets a flick. No, Marky takes it off the roof of his car. Pashy gets beaten out by Marky. Greasy's there with them. Deevo greets him nicely and sends that ball back to midfield. No pressure from Mockit, though. And we're not able to get a play started up for Mockit. Another minute of overtime passing by here, as we're looking for a record of overtime in the RLCS.
These guys fighting back and forth. You know that this, after a while, gets to you. They know all it takes is one mistake, and that's so difficult because then having to battle the mental game after that. These guys, everything has to be pinpoint perfect, and they're doing such a good job.
You're right. I mean, imagine giving up and conceding a goal after this much overtime. That just, man, that's hard on the mentality. And as I said, exhausting physically and mentally here as they are putting everything into this. There's a shot there from Deevo, stopped out by good defense from Greasy. Panda sets that one towards the net. Scary spot for them. Pashy could have finished that off if he was a little bit closer. Cooks to Marky. A chance for a play on target. Deevo keeps that one to the side. And there's Panda to keep the momentum moving towards the other end. We're approaching yet another minute, and I think we might end up hitting record overtime in the RLCS right now. And at this level, these teams are so even. This is incredible between these two teams. Cooks setting that one forward. Deevo the drop down. Marky flips that forward. They're not going to find a play out of that one unless Marky can get another touch. He does, but defense from Pashy sends that one forward. Panda sets a play up here. Greasy in the way, and there it is! ViolentPanda finds him back in the net, and what I think is record overtime for the RLCS.
Mockit coming back and sending everything. They knew something had to change. So what do? We're going to send two. We're going to take that risk to end it, and it pays off. Mockit back on top.
I knew we were in for a great series and a long one, but this is insane. There is so much Rocket League here. 7 minutes and 17 seconds. And honestly, the shots are fairly tame for what that just was.
It was just so much. What do you mean fairly tame? You look at the stats.
Well, that's FlipSid tactics. They're always just going ham.
Just so many shots, so many saves, and kudos to Mockit. After all that pressure, what do? They just stick everybody in the box. How do you stop it? Well, just put everybody in the way. And it works out. Still back and forth, these shots, this pressure, they found a way to capture it. Now it is up to FlipSid. How do you stop this stone wall of a defense that is Mockit Aces?
This is insane, and especially for Mockit, they needed that. That was absolutely critical for Mockit Aces, because if they gave that up, that's so hard to put up against FlipSid tactics in an assault like that, and then just to see a goal after 7 minutes and 17 seconds of overtime, like that's not going to feel good. But the fact that they got this win is setting them on the right track. They have to feel good about that. That's a huge amount of pressure relieved off your shoulders.
Well, you see it there on camera, Pashy giving the crowd a thumbs up, saying we got this, trying to encourage everybody, and that helps his teammate as well. You hear this crowd going off, just trying to do something to make an effect for their team. But it's up to these players. What can they do to change it up? And a lot of it has to rely on that, is changing up the playstyle. You need to bring something unique and different to this playfield.
Well, we come down into only game number 2 of the bracket reset. Mockit Aces versus FlipSid Tactics. After a 7-minute, 17-second overtime in game number 1, Mockit Aces takes the first point in this Grand Finals bracket reset. We'll see if they can do it again. Well, I mean, maybe not that much overtime, but take another win here. Markydooda tries to set up the first play to get that first early goal, and that's exactly what FlipSid needs to start that momentum in their favor.
Right, early goal, you saw that FlipSid was able to do it, but then Mockit held it off. But can they flip it back using this momentum in their favor? It's something that's going to be so underappreciated.
Almost a play started up there for Mockit Aces. As we said, they're feeling good off that last one now. The fact that they got that
their
in.
aggression, they're coming in so strong after that.
And that feels so good. They know what they just did worked, and they're probably going to try it again immediately. But no early goal now as we approach the first minute of gameplay into game number 2. Greasy FlipSid trying to get possession here, but Mockit is holding strong on what they're doing. Deevo sends that a little far. Pashy trying to get that recentered out in front of the box. Can't quite. Cooks and Marky up for a passing play, and we'll see if they can get that momentum for their team swinging again. Pashy to set that one up high off the backboard, but that's going to be an easy push to the side for Greasy. Can he get possession again is the question. Cooks with the read off top. 50-50. Not really going to anybody. Neutral game at this point. Pashy takes that one away from Deevo, though, and they will only have one defender. Panda will be back now. Cook sets that one down. A nice touch off the corner. Marky can't finish it, though. Here's a chance, though, for Greasy. Deevo gets in the way.
Good plays and good try and effort coming out. You see as soon as these guys land the recovery, phenomenal. And a lot of that has to do with boost management. The way that they're playing with the boost, despite it looking like they're wasting it, they're feathering it, making sure they're at max speed. But then as soon as they're at that, and you see those purple streaks behind the car, they lay off. They're in supersonic. Even in the car, and when they're in the air, going off the crossbar, it has a chance to be saved, and he sneaks it in. They're up by 1 again.
Markydooda catches that one off the backboard and praise. He is Bon Jovi living on a prayer on that one.
What? Oh my goodness, Marky to get upside down using the bottom of his car, hitting it as light as possible to play that in. And its crossbar goes on, goes in. Oh my gosh, we're only 2 minutes in.
This is too much for me to take right now. Game number 2, 2 minutes in, and they're up by 1 now. FlipSid Tactics takes control of the situation. We'll see if they can keep that one up, or Mockit Aces can bring it back. We know that they can keep up the FlipSid Tactics after we just saw Marky just missing out on an opportunity there. Forcing Panda and Deevo into a weird spot, though. Pashy taking control himself. 2 people in a spot there. Deevo has to watch out for that one as that rolls down towards the other end. Can they get control off the backboard? Pashy will back off in favor of Deevo. Cooks here takes that one away from them. Stops any opportunity for Mockit Aces. Marky, a touch forward there, a second touch for a 50-50. Can he get a third one for a pass here? Greasy is ready. He says, hit me, bro, I got this. Can't quite get it to him, and they will move back down the other end. Pashy, slow control here, past 1, not past 2. Greasy steals that one away. Now, a counterattack here for FlipSid. So only a goal up with 2 minutes left. A shot from Pashy. Look at that passing play, and Mockit answers beautifully.
Such a fast counter, and then pass plays. Pinpoint precision I was talking about. Pashy to ViolentPanda. Pashy moves back up, and then able to click that perfectly top left, putting it in an area that no one is able to save. These guys are just so good at what they do.
That was a beautiful, beautiful team play coming up from Mockit Aces. Now, we have to see if they can get a lead now if we're going to hit another overtime with 2 minutes left. Both these teams have the potential to set up a play and just punch it away like that. Cooks on the goal line again. Marky finally finishes it off.
Setting two up, that was such a difficult shot to save. As soon as one goes up, he takes a shot inside and he plays it high. One misses, the other one misses, being Deevo, and then Marky able to swing back in. He recognizes, and hopefully comms are calling for that kind of stuff. They cannot leave that stuff to chance.
You're absolutely right. Put it in is probably what they were yelling, and Marky did exactly that. A minute 46 left now. FlipSid finds himself back into the lead. We'll see if Mockit can bring this one back. Pashy up to Marky. Marky tries to follow that one. Can't quite get a play started up. Cooks now taking control. Sends that far, no follow-up from him. Deevo sends it to Pashy. Pashy ready for a cherry pick off the backboard. Panda sets it towards the net, but there's some defense from Greasy to keep that one out. Just clutch. Otherwise, we would have had tied game once again, but Deevo is not done. Good stuff from Cooks here. A read off the corner. Sometimes those can be difficult. Marky with a touch forward. Nice air roll to move that one on the opponent's half. Deevo up to Panda. Panda off the backboard. No finish from him as Greasy will get up to meet that one in the air. Pashy with a hard shot, but a nice clear from Greasy. Sends that one back down the other way. 50 seconds left now, and FlipSid is up. Looking to even out this series, this best of 7. 45 seconds now. We'll see if they can do it as that ball pinches out to Panda. Panda with a second touch as that gets set down by Pashy out of the reach of Panda.
Now, this is when you really need to change it up. Part of it, keep applying that aggression, keep it out of your half. 30 seconds left, they can do this. But on the other side, when you see all this aggression coming out, both teams playing so fast, that's when the fakes, the mind games, the baits really, really work.
Pashy to Deevo. Deevo can't finish that one off as it gets met by Markydooda. Cooks here. A nice pass to Marky. Can they finish this one off? No one there to finish that one. No cherry picker for them. But with 10 seconds left, FlipSid3 are looking to even up this series, and this is probably going to be it. A goal can still happen for Mockit if they can keep this ball in the air, and they're looking to do exactly that right now. But a nice stop from Markydooda sets that one down, and FlipSid3 evens out the series.
Markydooda all over the field on that one, even though he doesn't have the most shots or goals or whatever it is. He is all over. He's being a nuisance. He's getting in the face of people, but finishing off every goal because of that. He's able to come in, be that nuisance, allow his team to take those shots, and then finish them off. Still, this team is battling back. We see a completely different story from the last series. You see now Mockit taking first game. Now they got to battle back yet again.
Well, I mean, we saw 4-1. Will that be the same story this time, or is Mockit going to take control? I mean, we see with the stats here, it's insane amount of saves coming out from FlipSid3. Even amount of shots, 7 apiece, but
totally different this game. We haven't seen equal shots yet.
No, exactly. So many saves though coming out from FlipSid3. It means they're on the back heel quite often right now, but they're finding those counterattacks to get those goals. But it means Mockit is really putting pressure on.
Well, you saw that my highlight goal of that series, that pass play coming out from ViolentPanda and Pashy, one after another, perfect placement. That's the kind of stuff that they have to do to bring it upfield and put a shot on net, because you know as soon as they make one slight mistake, these guys are going to be on their heels and coming in and making them pay for it. The thing that's been working though for so well for Mockit has been this aggression. They need to get back to that. Get in the face of these guys. You saw Deevo coming up and being a nuisance on offense, but that also allows him to be in position to make a play.
Look at Cooks getting ready there. These guys are amped. They are on the world stage right now in the grand finals. A bracket reset as FlipSid took the first one 4-1. We're now tied up again 1-1 in this best of 7. This is it, and it comes down to this series. You have to be amped. You have to be ready. And we'll see as game number 3 gets underway, who's going to start that one off and get that early momentum as Deevo tries to set up a play. Pashy to finish it off here as he gets a pass around. Panda Deevo waiting, but expecting a clear from Cooks here. Marky off the backboard. He doesn't have any support. So one of his teammates get demoed. He'll have to set that one forward. Deevo tries to get it past. Greasy now respawn. And likely boost it up. Stops that play from advancing past the midfield here, but now a pinch in the favor of Mockit. A pass there to Panda. A good read. Deevo is up. A shot on net. On the goal line.
What a save!
What is going on?
The line.
It's still on. What just happened?
How did that save happen? It bounced between those two posts like 8 times. Okay, that's totally not true, but it was like a lot.
It may have well been. It felt like 3,000 years there. Also a lot of time. But that was so insane there. We've seen so many of those.
Get a goal!
Guxan turns it around and puts one in.
Sir, you're a god! ViolentPanda play this to the side, but then the puck. Greasy challenges it, and then they play it across. Oh my goodness!
That is fantastic, and man, that amp up it is just working so well for them. They put the first one in. A minute into this first one, Mockit Ace is now down by a goal. FlipSid looking to extend their series lead, but they have a lot of time left in this game to hold off against Mockit Aces. Mockit Aces still looking strong and getting those opportunities. They just have to find the back of the net. We'll see if they can do that here. Bad spot. Marky has a chance to read. Goes a little bit too far to the side. Back into their own end, actually. As Panda had to rush back for that save there. Marky sets that one down to absolutely nobody but his opponents. Cooks with a 50-50 in their favor. Deevo will turn this one around. Too far for Pashy. They need to start looking for each other. They're just looking for the clears. And that seems to be their problem. And why they're trailing by a goal right now. Cooks is up to set that one on target, but an easy save for Pashy. Good pressure from Greasy there to keep that attack on for FlipSid. They don't want to move back into their own end. Boost grab from Greasy. Sets him in the air. A pass out to Marky.
Oh,
a shot on
my goodness!
What a play from Flip!
All these rotations,
Tactics.
so perfect, able to maintain possession for that long. And then Greasy having to make a play as two defenders are on him, brings it up, carries it across field, and then Marky flies in to put a perfectly placed shot on net. They are up by 2, 3 minutes left. Game number 3.
They are looking solid, and that's what I was just talking about. Mockit looking for clears and not the passes to each other. Although that could be why that long shot. Maybe they don't need the passes. Deevo puts one in.
Really crucial. You see Deevo swing around as soon as he gets that boost. He comes back in, beats Marky, and then a long shot. Doesn't need the help from ViolentPanda, but still, he's in a position to make a play if needed. So well done. That counterattack, dangerous for Mockit.
Absolutely, but we'll see. Still a goal into the lead. FlipSid Tactics have the upper hand here. Mockit are the ones having to pull this one back. Deevo gets it past Cooks. He's got Greasy and Marky to beat, though, as Marky rotates back. A close call there as Pashy tries to get a shot. Very smart play from Marky to stop that one off. Cooks to Greasy. Greasy with a shot to the far side. Tries to find his mark in the top shelf. Couldn't quite hit it. Marky loses that one. Cooks will have to rush in, seeing that Pashy was in for a 50-50. Shot potential. Panda with control, back to midfield. Some ping pong now as both teams try to get control. Panda off the wall, a miss there. Pashy will have to recover. Greasy, Marky switching places as he moves up. Greasy ready for a cherry pick potential here. Cooks couldn't get back in time. Marky taking control of that by himself. A flick on the net, stopped by Deevo. Both Pashy and him were up. This leaves Panda to try to get this one out of the corner. Deevo off the backboard. Panda has to win the 50-50. He doesn't. Takes out Cook instead. 1:47 left. Still down by a goal. This could be a Greasy off the backboard. Still set up.
Cookster's coming in.
Cooks, can he put it in? Can't quite find the back of the net, but they're still in the lead, and Mockit has to be careful.
All these plays back and forth. Marky's starting to make those mind games happen, and that just draws out one defender. Well played. Still, Pashy has a chance, able to make a play, trying to stand him up, but now Deevo has an opportunity to make something happen here. The issue is he's got two players coming to attack.
Cooks out of the play now, but Marky closely there behind. Steals that one away as Deevo was trying to push it out. Pashy with control. 1:14 left. They have to get a play started, and again, these passing plays are not what I'd expect from Mockit. They're not looking enough for each other. Deevo off the backboard. Cooks just kills that one instantly on the wall there. Seen him do that a few times in this series, but with a minute remaining, Mockit is still looking for a play, even a scoring opportunity. FlipSid is stuffing out every chance.
Well, they're reverting back what worked for them previously, playing a lot of defense and then counterattacks. They're just waiting for that chance where this team on FlipSid makes one crucial mistake. But with all this pressure, it's killing so much time off the clock.
And that's all they have to do. Time management is coming in handy here. Oh, that could be a chance for Marky. He backs it up. A little bit too far for that one. 30 seconds left now for Mockit to make a play started. That could be it there, but no one there to contest it on Cooks, and he sends it easily right back down into Mockit's end. Cooks trying to set up another play, and just to extend the lead to be comfortable here in the last 10 seconds of gameplay. Pashy now has a chance, but it goes out of his hands. As Deevo tries to get it up, Panda to Pashy. Pashy gets it past Cooks to Panda, but that's going the wrong direction for Mockit Aces. If this ball touches, and it will, FlipSid with another win, 2-1 against Mockit Aces. Are we seeing what we saw on the first half of this bracket?
FlipSid starting to crawl back, and it's all because of the decision-making of this team. There are certain times where you see Cookser, he's the last one back, but he knows he's the one that's going to be the one to make it to the ball first. And if he does that in any wrong way, if he gets the contested with the 50-50 and it goes against him, if anything goes wrong, it completely screws their entire rotation. The risk worth the reward right now.
This is insane looking at the stats. Now, we've seen a lot of shots coming out from both these teams early on in the series. 2 shots at all just by Deevo for Mockit Aces. They are not getting on the offense enough right now. They did find no single really scoring opportunities, and that's what I'm talking about. There are no passing plays. They're trying to get the clear. They're scared right now because the pressure is unreal coming up from FlipSid Tactics. They need to start looking for each other on those defensive passes need to happen to get those cleared.
Well, despite that, the counterattack has been working for them. They were only down by 1, 2 shots, and one of them was a long goal over the top. Sometimes that's okay, but now they need to transition that. The issue is like you said, it's hard to score when you're on the back heel the whole time. You're trying to basically draw in this entire team's offense and then a quick counterplay so you have an advantage. The issue with FlipSid is they're so precise about everything they do that their rotations never let up. There's always someone that's going to be back. There's always someone ready to make some aggression. There's always someone waiting for that pass. It's insane.
All right, well, we have another game at hand as FlipSid going to carry the momentum. I mean, they're looking strong right now. Mockit has to make some serious adjustments. I saw them talking to each other. I saw them saying, guys, we need to figure this out now. We cannot let them keep this moving forward. We'll see, though, coming into game number 4 of the bracket reset, FlipSid versus Mockit Aces. This has been an incredible series from both teams. We'll see if FlipSid can start up an early goal here. As they try to get one, pinch not in favor of FlipSid. Pashy tries to get them moving to the other end. Marky with a setup to nobody. He'll try to recover that one himself. A shot, almost finding the net. Panda a little bit hesitant in net there. That's in a bad spot for them. Marky can set that one up for Greasy. Cooks will have to get there instead. Greasy a little bit too close. Can't help out with that play. Pashy with control. Loses it quickly as again they give away possession.
They need to be careful, though, on this FlipSid team. We talked at the beginning, they need to keep the momentum but not get overzealous. A couple of these guys are going for the same ball, and it puts them out of position. If they do this, that's where Mockit's going to attack. Their counterattacks, taking advantage of mistakes, are where they do best.
Cooks keeping that one to the side, almost dropped in off the roof for the first goal. There's a hard shot from Panda. Once again, Cooks, a wall in net, keeps that one out. Gets a nice clear there, but it goes into the hands of Deevo. Off the backboard, can he finish it himself? Panda a little bit close there. He's going to be able to play Pashy as well. A little bit overzealous from both of them. And they do end up losing control. A good flick from Marky. Can't put that one on target. Deevo contests that one, sends it away. Pashy keeps the momentum moving forward, trying to go for a bump and a boost. Now the starvation can happen. We'll see if they can utilize this.
Now, I'd like to see Mockit take advantage of what they just did there. They played it into the corner. It forced Greasy.
Whoa!
Oh!
Cooks almost gets that one. Pashy, what an incredible save.
So what I was saying, they put this ball into the corner and it forces Greasy to take it up and around the goal. They know he has to do that. So what should you do? Put someone on the other side willing to meet him. Make a 50-50. Take that player out and understand that it's going to put this pressure then back on the goal. A shot!
What a shot!
Off the crossbar!
Panda just barely missing out on that goal. Puts it off the crossbar, a rocket from the air. We're still scoreless though. Approaching that 2.5-minute mark between Mockit Aces and FlipSid Tactics. Mockit looks like they talked it out before. Whatever they're doing is sort of working because they haven't been scored on yet. Now we have 2.5 minutes left. Marky with a soft jump to try to psych out Panda, buying himself a little bit more time. Deevo eventually rolls that one over his hood. Pashy with control, almost Greasy, just getting underneath his car, stopping him from getting control of that one. This could be a chance for Panda. A chip off the backboard. Marky misses it, but Panda can't get on the right side of the ball. That will move back down, but no pressure from Mockit Aces. They'll have to try again from their own end.
Well, it's simple stuff like Greasy. You just saw, like Deevo was dribbling downfield. What does he do? He literally puts his nose underneath the car and then just moves him out of the way. He spins him out, and it completely stops that pressure.
Panda gives that one away to Greasy. Pashy tries to put one on target. Cooks, nice easy drop down from Markydooda. Marky moves that one forward. Stuffed out by Panda. A little bit of ping pong now as both teams try to get control and set up a play. We'll see if Mockit can be the one. No, Cooks takes that away up to Greasy. Greasy ready for the cherry pick. There's Panda to intercept that play. Deevo with a long shot to the far side. Marky up to Cooks here. Some back and forth, as we just said before. Both teams trying their hardest to just figure out, all right, how do we set up a play?
A lot of it has to do with lack of possession. These teams, like you said, doing ping pong. Back and forth over and over again. These guys are just hitting it because they're so afraid of that one mistake. And the issue is when you do that, it just leaves so many things open.
Oh, Markydooda!
For a double touch aerial!
In the air, gets the double touch from a pass from Cookster. Look at the setup.
Cookster plays it high and then so difficult to read. He plays it off the ceiling, follows it, and then rotates his car, hitting it off the top to play it back inside.
Beautiful double tap, 1 minute remaining. We have a goal up for FlipSid Tactics. All they have to do is hold off on this lead against Mockit Aces. I'm sure Mockit's not happy right now. They've already been bracket reset, and they are just playing ping pong. Cooks with another shot, stopped by the defense of Mockit Aces. Panda getting an epic save. Greasy keeps the pressure on. Marky there, waiting to see what he should do with the bounce there. Puts it on target, but all they have to do right now, send one guy in, keep some pressure on the defense. Don't let them break out.
You cannot afford mistakes right now. One after another, Cookster puts it down. He gets it, and there's the mistake, but it's going to be FlipSid who capitalizes on it.
Cooks here floating in. He just gets a nose on it and drops it past Panda. What is happening to Mockit defense?
We saw something similar to that in the first land with a 360 no-scope. No, he's going to take a 180 and make it.
What the heck? What is going on? Mockit Aces, weird on defense. They succeed yet another goal. 2 goals they have to get with 30 seconds left. FlipSid is looking in a good spot to be at match point right now for everything. There is a lot on the line.
You're talking a difference of $25,000 and 18 seconds left from being able to secure that spot on match point. 1 game away if they can close this out.
Deevo trying to get it started up, but at this point, I think it's looking like FlipSid is going to put themselves at match point and Mockit in a really weird spot. That is it. We're going into match point, the grand finals of the RLCS Season 2. FlipSid poised to take it all.
Can they do it? They have been battling back. We see history yet again coming through the lower bracket. But can you hear this crowd going absolutely insane for these EU teams?
You gotta feel that energy if you're a team up on stage right now. Both Mockit and FlipSid have people behind them. Use that energy, push yourself forward. This is a scary spot though for Mockit. What do they have to do? There are so many things I think, and it's hard to really think in this moment. Listen to the cheering. That's so hard to stay in the moment.
We've talked about being in the moment, but now it's a time to replace yourself from that. Take yourself out of the picture. Think about, okay, how did we get into this? What are we going to do to step back? We've talked about it early. Number 1, get unconventional. These guys are reading everything you do, everything you set up. They're in your face and stopping you. Number 2, bumps. They need to bump these guys out.
We know Pashim. He can be an aggressive player. We know he can do that. That's what he got noticed for earlier on in the game. And he needs to just get aggressive. You need to start breaking up any of this offensive. Right now, you have just a seemingly unstoppable force coming from FlipSid. It's absolutely incredible. You need to break it up. You need to get in their heads. And if you can't do that, like literally, you have to do it physically in the game.
Well, you can see with Greasy there, he is feeling it. He knows they are so close to closing this out.
They're feeling
One more game, match point. The difference between $25,000, the glory on the line, the title of RLCS World Champions.
This could be it. This could be the match. The FlipSid takes it. They're at 3-1. A bracket reset against Mockit Aces. And there is a demo on Pashi. They're turning it the other way around. Can FlipSid do it? Or will we see the reverse sweep from Mockit Aces? The first one almost going in. Marky in a good spot to set it up. Deevo getting in the way of that one. We'll see if they can turn this one around, but FlipSid already on the offensive. They try to put one in. Marky can't quite, but they are so ready for this as this slowly goes to the net. Cox tries to finish it, can't. Mockit already in a hard spot. They are receiving a lot of pressure. Greasy puts it in.
Literally flying in to make that goal. Look how far he takes from this. You see Marky put it up, and he just comes whizzing in, just trying to be the first one whatsoever. Getting past 2 defenders. They're up by 1. They need to hold on.
This is incredible. FlipSid is just going ham right now. They are going in and not giving a second for Mockit to even think. Another one already on target off the kickoff. They've already set themselves ahead by 1 point. A minute in, and Mockit is in such a rough spot. We'll see if they can turn it around. Pashy puts one in and evens it up.
They will not go lightly. Pashy and Deevo working together. Deevo with the pass off, and then Pashy making sure that no one's going to be there. He plays it on his own, and then making sure that if someone does come in, he can take a tap over the top to beat them out. We're all tied up yet again.
As you said it, we are tied up once again. Mockit Aces versus FlipSid Tactics. FlipSid started off super strong, but we see a quick answer come back from Mockit Aces. We'll see if they can keep this one up, or if FlipSid will start to run away with it. Pashy with a long shot was on target. Greasy forced up to stop that one. We'll see if they can recuperate on defense. Deevo with a demo off the backboard. Pashy couldn't finish this one. Another demo. There's the aggression. They know that they need this, and this could be a chance for Deevo. And Demo coming in clutch. They're in the lead.
I love when we say things and they work out. These
Makes us
guys
look good.
Playing the aggression card, demo after demo. It stops this rotation. It stops what makes this FlipSid team so clean. They're taking full advantage of their opportunities right now.
2-1 lead for Mockit Aces. This feels good now. They know they can do it. They know that they're disrupting the play from FlipSid, and now it's up to FlipSid to make the changes back, and they might have to do it in another game after this one. Mockit Aces sitting in the lead. We'll see if they can maintain that for another 3 minutes and 20 seconds. As Pashy tries to get one started up here in their own end. A scary spot. Greasy waiting patiently. Deevo has to get that one away. They had a shot potential, scoring potential for FlipSid. We have Marky back, waiting just in case Pashy can get a play started up. Sorry, Greasy, but a bump from Marky. There's a shot from Panda. Cooks forced up into the air. Deevo waiting for a touch off the backboard. Can't get there in time. Trying to make the read. Pashy forced for a save there. Pushes it to the edge. But that's not over yet. Marky tries to find an angle. Cooks takes it back, and we're tied again.
And the response, one side of the field to the other. You see Pashy making a beautiful save, but it doesn't play far enough into the corner. Played back inside immediately, and then Cooks sweeps in to tie this back up. We are all tied yet again.
This is so incredible. Back and forth, Mockit Aces. Now once again tied up, but that's not a bad spot to be. You're not trailing anymore. We'll see if they can turn around. Panda trying to go for the dunk. Can't get that one. That will go back down towards their own end. Pashy out of the play, but maybe a cherry pick. He tries. Cooks gets to it instead. Panda to the far side, sees Pashy. Greasy saw it first. Got in the way. Marky to Cooks. Cooks gets stopped out by Pashy. A back pass to Marky as they try to set up a play for Greasy. They're ready for the play here. Greasy can't get a touch on that. Cooks will have to move to that one quick. No aggression from Mockit right now. They're giving a lot of space to FlipSid Tactics. We'll see if they can break out. If that works, they try to get their footing here on defense. Mockit, once again with possession, a high clear, might be out of their possession. Deevo will recuperate off the ground, but Cooks moves in hard here. The pressure on from FlipSid, everything getting contested at this moment by FlipSid. Mockit struggling to get a play set up here, but that's rolling towards the net. Greasy forced to get in the way of that one.
Well, Cooks are right now, despite having this many shots, 25% accuracy coming out with his goal differential. But you see these guys, Greazymeister stepping up. You can tell the pressure is there, but he's making these crucial saves. That's what you need in moments like this, and he's really trying to carry it through, just fighting off Pashy, literally.
Cooks and Pash with a 50-50 back down towards that Mockit end. Pashy up to Panda. They have a chance, an open net here. Can they put it in? They almost squeeze it in. On the
crucial save.
So close to putting that one in. A minute left, and we're tied up once again here. This has got to be so straining. Mockit Aces getting so close to putting one in. They can't find the back of the net, though. This has got to be devastating for them. As we said, a minute remaining. Greasy tries to set something up. Panda takes control. The boost in his favor. Deevo Panda ready for a play. An air dribble. Can't get by Cooks, though. He read that one early. Marky misses that one. Pash with control. Can't get it past Greasy. He moves in quick here. There's Cooks moving upfield, a boost grab for him. That's not what you want as Mockit aces. But Panda steals it away past 1 and 2. He's got Deevo with him. Tries to go for a whiff there to throw off the defense. 30 seconds left now. Cooks here missed on that one. He gets this one though, the pass from Greasy. Back and forth, the ping pong. Both teams looking for a play to develop. We'll see in the next 19 seconds who will take it if we're gonna hit another overtime. 1 goal can be the win right now for FlipSid Tactics. We'll see if they can get it. They're on defense right now, almost in from Panda as they try to keep themselves alive here. This is potentially going into an overtime unless Pashi can put it in. That's on the goal line. That is probably going to go on the ground. That's going to go the other way off the ground. So close. 1 goal now separates FlipSid from a win, and 1 goal from Mockit staying alive.
All it takes is 1 goal. Can they finish it out? Can they become the world champions? Can Mockit, can they hold this team off and make a counterattack to close it out? It all comes down to this.
Cooks here pushes that one away. Deevo trying to keep the pressure on right now. FlipSid looking for an attack. They want this 1 goal. That has got to be in your head right now. Greasy trying to set up a play. Marky with a long shot. Panda off the backboard, almost puts it in his own net. That would have been the worst way to end this for them, but they are still alive. Pashi to Panda. Panda up off the corner. Can get a play. Cooks here meets that one. Greasy ready to support him, but they're going to leave that one for Pashi. Just take it back as he sends that one back into their own end. Now Pashi with control. A slow play here. Panda waiting patiently off the backboard. Deevo is up to set it towards the net. Can't find the back of it. There's a shot though off the backboard. Greasy keeps it away.
Despite all this pressure from Mockit, they're doing a great job being on defense as well. Even when they pack the box, as soon as they get a save, they all push out. They'll make a save! The shot on net, so close! Save from Pashi!
They were almost able to get that one, but it does get stopped out a minute 19 in. Marky with a shot. Pashi keeps it away. This has got to be so scary for Mockit Aces right now. They know 1 goal will end everything. Cooks here, keeps that one away. Scary redirect for him as Deevo was closely waiting behind. Pashi, the roll around at 50-50, completely neutral. Pashi out to Panda. Can he get this one? He turns it around, but bumped by Cooks. Marky will have a chance to move this one outwards. Greazymeister off the backboard. Pash takes it to Deevo, but Cooks here rolls himself in. Off the backboard, Cooks in! How appropriate! But Cooks in and take it! They take the championship against Mockit Aces!
FlipSid, your world champions for the land in Amsterdam! Give it up to your team, FlipSid Tactics!
What an incredible series! They take this one. It has been a journey for them since the beginning. They've been at the top. FlipSid has been a name and a force to always be reckoned with. They have always been there since the beginning.
They do not let history repeat itself. They drop to the lower bracket. They battle back 1 game after another. The bracket reset and then winning 4-1 in this series. These guys deserve it after all of this time.
Another look at that last goal that gave it to FlipSid Tactics. What an incredible play. That is going to be in their memories forever. This is a moment they've been waiting for. Shut out in season 1 of the LAN. They're able to take it back, and how appropriately that it was Cooks.
Pressure coming through. Booster plays this outside, plays it back in, waits patiently, and then back across. These guys showing that the pressure can beat the defense.
So close to it. I mean, both these teams feeling the energy levels have to be insane in them. They've been so close to it for so long, getting knocked out in 2nd place in Season 2. This is there since the beginning. They built their foundation. They've been there. Season 2, they put the cornerstones, and now in Season 1, in Season 2, they built the whole wall. The castle is there. The empire has started. What an incredible play. What a series. This is it. FlipSid Tactics, your world champions. This is absolutely incredible.
You talk about these guys becoming the gatekeeper. You have to go through them to win. And this time, they become the one to close the gate and say, you're staying out. This is their championship. This is their title. These guys, congrats to all these competitors. Insane play across these series.
FlipSid Tactics, your Season 2 world champions.
History does not repeat itself today, guys. Season 1, you guys got so close, and today you now can claim to be the best Rocket League team in the world, everyone. Give it up for them. Cooks, tell me what's going on in your mind right now, man.
I can't really tell what's going on because it's been a tough week and an awesome tournament. And I just want to thank you, my teammates, my own teammates.
Guys, you didn't just earn the title, you didn't just earn the $50,000, you earned that trophy. Now go get your trophy.
FlipSid Tactics, your Rocket League Championship Series Season 2 World Champions!
I cannot believe this. Incredible. Getting the bracket reset and able to continue on. I can't even contain my voice right now. It's cracking all over the place. I am smiling. I'm loving this crowd. I love how everything turned out. Such good sportsmanship from Mockit. They played so well, but the bracket reset was just too much.
And back-to-back lands where the fan favorite team from the crowd wins it. We're just going to keep going.
Here.
So many
He is
emotions.
so happy.
So much emotion.
So well deserved.
Truly a storybook ending for FlipSid Tactics. They came so far in Season 1, and every player on that stage knows how hard FlipSid Tactics worked to get to this moment, to secure this championship, to become the Rocket League World Champions. They deserve all the money, all the glory. FlipSid Tactics, what a phenomenal performance, coming all the way through the lower bracket, going through Mockit Aces not once, but twice to finish it out and earn this title.
What a game one as well. To start this off, we went 12 minutes and 17 seconds, and FlipSid lost that game and then won 4 in a row. It just shows that even when you're that down, because you definitely want to win a game where it goes 7 minutes and 17 seconds into overtime, they come back and win 4 straight, and Cooks here 97 with the overtime goal. The MVP of the tournament, probably the best player in the world. What a performance.
I mean, we talk about it so much, and it's fitting to have him get the final goal to put the trophy in their hands. I cannot believe it, but again, it just really goes to show that they just wanted to play their best and not just win. After that loss, after dealing with an over 7-minute overtime and taking a loss, I can't believe that they were still able to pick it up and take it all the way.
Congratulations to FlipSid Tactics, your Rocket League World Champions. We've had an entirely full Theater Amsterdam all weekend long. I want to thank everyone who's watching online, everyone here in the arena. You have been phenomenal. Rocket League Esports is here, and FlipSid Tactics, your World Champions. I want to thank our sponsors, Mobile One, Steel Series, Razer, NZXT, BenQ, and Vertigear. That does it for the Rocket League Championship Series Season 2. On behalf of everyone here behind the scenes who made this happen, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next season.